jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane, I am a tree.
Well, this is Pastor McCallum, Pastor Jack, Violet McCallum, former pastors of Glad Tidings, now Church on the Hill. And from what year, Pastor McCallum, you came to Coburg in
1971.
1971, and then 18 years later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Did you think you'd be there for 17 years? No?
Never.
Looking back, what was it that made you stay with the church for such a long time? That's a long period of time, and obviously, there was something there that kept you there.
Yeah. They couldn't
They
get
started to build the big church. They started to build the church, you see. So you couldn't leave it until it was built, you know.
Oh, you couldn't leave it even just after.
But we
it was
loved
Right.
Coburg very much. We loved Coburg. Yeah. And the people were lovely people, you know.
They just couldn't get rid of me, Pastor. That was the trouble.
What are your fondest memories? Looking back, what are your
Well, I think the opening of the building and the opening of the new church
Sure.
was a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's hard to single out. What's always highlights is that when people come to Christ, you know, and,
Yes.
and you meet people. Like I was sitting in a restaurant one day with a Violet and another couple from our church. This lady came over and said, "Can I speak to you, Pastor?" I said, "Sure." She had been to the church with her husband, and the two of them come out for the Lord that night. And but didn't start coming to our church. They lived out in the country. And I remembered a newspaper item where it said that this man, farmer, was out working in his field, and his tractor tumbled over and pinned him, and he was killed. So this was the same man that I had pointed to the Lord, and this was his wife coming over to tell me that it was him who died. And she said, "I'm always thankful that we came to the church that time."
Wonderful.
So I mean, that was a lift. It
course
made
it
you
was.
feel good, you
Of
know.
course it did.
And then there were other times when people would come and say how much they appreciated it. And then, if I were there tonight, it would be a great pleasure for Violet and I. But I want you to know that even though there's a lot of new people at the church now that I don't know, that don't know me, there's still a few of the old people around. And I want you all to know that it was my pleasure to be a pastor there in Coburg for all those years. And now that we're old and getting a wee bit bedraggled, we have no way of wanting to go down to Coburg. We're not able. But if we could be there, it would be in our pleasure. So I trust that you all have a wonderful evening, and that the church has a great future. And that Pastor Butler, I got his name mixed up too. Pastor Butler will have great success in his time of ministry there. So thank you all so much.